everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do an unboxing of the U.S. Civil War, a game from GMT Games. Game design, Mark Simonitch. This is the 3rd edition, 2nd printing of this game. I actually got it from the last P500, and then I returned it when I went to GMT Games because it was just too costly with all the shipping. And I ended up buying it later on, discounted from a place. So now I have the game, and I'm gonna rip open into it and see how it is. I know it feels, it's very, very heavy, so I'm sure this is going to be quite the game to play. Like I said, 3-inch box, heavy box. One of the reasons it's heavy is it does have a very large mounted map in it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show that all to you with my camera setup, but I'll show you. I'll move it around and show you as much as I can. I'm sure there are plenty of box openings, and you guys know all about this game because this game has been around for a while, so I'm not going to elaborate on everything. The game components: 2 map boards, 3 die-cut counter sheets, so a lot of counters, 2 setup cards, 30 action cards, basic and advanced rulebook, 2 player aid cards, which are identical, 2 army displays, and 6 six-sided dice. Units, each one is 5,000 men, 2 players, 2 to 3 weeks per phase, 4 action phases per turn. Map is 24 miles per hex. Wow, it's a lot of walking for those guys. Again, game design and development, Mark Simonitch. Guy just does everything, I'll tell you. Game meter, complexity is 6, and solitaire suitability is a 5. So not a game that you probably play by yourself, but I've watched other people figure out a way to play this game solitaire, which is probably what I'm going to try to do. But let's open it up and see what comes in here. Now again, very heavy, nice thick box. It sort of has a glossy finish to it, so it's kind of a big thing. So the first thing, which is kind of cool, we have a counter tray, which you know, how could you not like that? That's actually quite fantastic. And then we start out with the meat here. Counter tray. So sheet 1 front, U.S. Civil War. And we have different leaders here. Flags, probably for control and possession of areas. Double-sided, thick brown cardboard stock. Nicely printed counters. They have sort of a satin finish to them. And then here is the units, and they just represented by numbers, by the unit strength. Nothing too fancy on them as far as a lot of information on the counters as some games have. This just has the strength. And this just looks like it's game markers, and looks like ironworks here, or some type of fortifications. Destroyed, damage markers in the back sides. So we have 3 counter sheets here, half-inch counter sheets with half-inch counters, what they look like. You know, let me double check and make sure they are half-inch. They are. Okay, then we have our rules of play. So let me get this out of the way here. All right, our rules of play, 3rd edition, August 2021. And of course, if you want the latest edition, just go to the GMT website and you'll be able to look up the latest edition of any of the rules there. So we have introduction, game components, strategic movement, leader management. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I mean, you know, we can look at everything here. I'll flip a couple pages so you can see that. In phase, then optional rules. So 30 pages of basic rules here. And it's a nice flat finish on the pages. Well printed, color printing. Looks kind of nice. And like I said, a lot of examples. So I like the fact that it has a lot of examples, which Mark Simonitch games tend to have quite a few of those. And again, this is a game that has been around for quite some time. I think it's a really good value. A lot of play in this game. And you know, being around so long, it's not too hard to find players for it. And here's the special rules. Then we come into the special action cards here. And I'll just flip through a little quicker. And the end phase, optional rules, and then some campaign games here. Naval action. And then this here is map notes. Hints on play. And an index on the back, which is nice. Advanced neighbor rules. So again, we have looks like 10 pages of neighbor rules if you want to include them, which I'm sure once you start playing, why would you not want to include them? And this one doesn't have as many diagrams, so it's a much more compact reading. So there's going to be a lot more reading to include those neighbor rules. And then you got the design notes at the end. And those are the advanced naval rules. Then we have the Army displays here. We have the Confederate and Union, and they're just single-sided. Then we have the setup cards for both the Confederate and Union for the 1861 scenario right here. On the back side, we have the 1863 scenario, Union setup, and Confederate. 2 player aid cards, identical. On the back, they have terrain, markers, and their effects. The inside, sequence of play outline, interception and avoid battle, supply attrition table, list of actions, list of special actions. And then on the front side here, we have combat result table, random state table, random states table, surrender table, and blockade table. And those are the player aid cards. Have a bag of 3 blue and 3 red die. Here are our special little tiny cards. Look at that. They are small. Going to be hard to find covers for those. Okay, so here is our western side map. It has a little bit of a crease here. There's no way I'm going to be able to show the whole map, but here's one part of the map. This is a nice, solid, beautiful, just a beautiful, I think, map. It has a linen texture. You can even feel it as you rub your hands. You can sort of feel the texture on it. Well done. Everything very easy to read. Good color contrast. Just a simple map to read. On the side here we have the map keys. Over here, this looks like some ocean stuff here. Ocean ports, yes. And then coming up towards the top, let me see if I can get that all in here. Up towards the top here, we have the random states table right here. A U.S. Civil War. We just have a picture here. Action cycle up the top here, and die differential over here. So this is, again, the western portion of the map. And you can, I don't know if you can hear that, but as I drag it across, it just sounds like it's linen paper. I know I'm getting way too involved on this map here. Okay, here's our eastern portion of the map. I got a little bit of damage on that map, darn. Maybe I can fix that. Yeah, we'll see. But I have the eastern portion here going down into Florida. And again, a lot of oceans and a lot of ports here for the ocean option. Over here we have turn record track, and as I understand it, we have certain generals and leaders that come in and leave throughout the game. We have a status track, Union Naval pool right there, Union Naval reinforcements there, and we have North Atlantic and South Atlantic separated. Then we get into the Great Smoky Mountains up here at the top, and border state militia, border state control states, destroyed Confederate arsenal here, and Union reinforcements there, the numbers and quantity. And man, like I said, I like the look of this map. It's a cool looking map. Anyway, that was the map of the U.S. Civil War. All right, so that was the U.S. Civil War, which I'm kind of impressed by. I guess I should have opened it when I first got it and not taken it back, but you know, all good things come in time as you grow in the hobby. Here are our rules. You know, for Civil War, only 3 counter sheets, really, that's not a lot. I have other Civil War games that just have a lot of counters to them, but this one, not as many. There it was, the U.S. Civil War, game designed by Mark Simonitch, GMT Games, 2021. Third edition, second printing. So if you're into Civil War or just want to dabble in it, this might be a nice, fun game for this. I understand the mechanics are different than most others, so I'm looking forward to diving in and learning this along with the other 1,000 games I seem to have to learn. Anyway, you stayed around this long. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and hopefully you'll be around for the next video. Take care.